So the other day on my reaction to The Contract by 21 Pilots, I had a couple comments asking me to react to one song, Hi Ren by Ren. I've never heard of this artist before. I've got no clue what to expect, but it seems like quite a lot of 21 Pilots fans are a fan of this guy. Because it's 21 Pilots fans, I assume we're gonna get some rapping and some like deep, sad lyrics and maybe some cool drumming. I really don't know. If you don't know me, hi, my name's Rosie and I'm a music journalist and critic, and you can find my website Disloyal Order linked down below. Thank you so much for requesting this reaction, and if there's any other music you'd like me to react to, you can pop it in the comments down below. Guess let's start. It's a 9-minute 20 song, or a 9-minute 20 video. Goodness gracious. Let's get into it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's kind of like Saw with the pig mask. What the heck? An acoustic guitar. Okay. Oh. So, whoa. I just heard the dun. Is this going to be like a letter to himself? Like a song to himself? Oh. It's kind of Spanish, like Latin. Oh. It kind of looks like Patty Waters a little bit. Is this just an acoustic track? Oh. It's very relaxing. Oh, we know this. This is a sample from something, right? Or maybe it's not actually. Oh god, the control in his voice, you can see his like neck veins are popping out. That's crazy. Is he classically trained? I feel like he should be.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risk it. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in Paris.
Okay, I need to pause for a sec. Oh, by the way, if you don't like me pausing, it's due to YouTube's terms of service and copyright laws. I have to have some input. I get a lot of comments that are quite upset about me pausing. I have to do it. I know, guys, I'm sorry. So it seems like he's playing a character. We had the lights flicker off at some point, so I don't know if that has any meaning, but his voice is kind of reminding me of Youngblood a bit. Like he's got that really like British like tone about him. Okay, I'm just gonna go back a little bit because I was completely thrown off guard by that. Oh.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risk it. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep on the shepherd, not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ren. I've been taking some...
Okay, sorry, I keep stopping. It's not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Fuck. So is this like, it's like two halves of a brain, right? Like it's your one side of you and the other side of you. And now we're seeing the other side. He's turning and doing the other character or person, I guess.
Not your place to lead me, not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ren.
That's a line.
I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist.
The way he's singing is
And I've been
different.
making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times, you're civilian mind. It's so perfect to always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10
Oh, the sarcasm.
All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate. This time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been
He's in denial.
like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help.
So I'm still not really certain if this is meant to be like two halves of him or if this is genuinely a conversation between two people. Like my instinct is like this is two halves of the same person, but also being like a bad influence on someone. But I guess you can be a bad influence on yourself.
You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am me, we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is private, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Wow, your Grammys, man. Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers,
Good for you.
or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connected, and the people who find
It sounds it, yeah.
And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered.
Oh, it's like faster.
How much you hate yourself, trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it.
Oh my god, so you're so lucky to have me inside you to guide you, like having that doubt and like the imposter syndrome you have. Because there is a part of truth in being like, your imposter syndrome and your self-doubt will drive you to do better. Like, I do think that's true. But it gets to a point where you're just self-sabotaging yourself, pretty much. Oh my god. And it's like finding the fine line between that and not killing yourself doing something you love to be successful. I mean, like, I'm like it with this channel and with the website and all the reviews. Like, sometimes I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? No one cares, Rosie. No one wants to watch you yap on about a video about a guy yapping on about his music career. But then you guys are really nice. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's working out. So, shit, this is deep, isn't it?
Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man. You're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with his subconscious. Eminem did it. Played on guitar. Plan B did it. Man, you're not original. You criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you. I don't need you. I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself. I'm a genius. And I will be.
Good for you.
And I will make waves. And I'll shake up the whole world beneath.
Yeah.
That's right. Speak your truth. Your fucking god complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to ask for you. Say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Oh my god. This song is both like an attack on himself and his doubt and his, whatever perhaps mental health might be doing to his career. But also, like, what a diss on the music industry. We had it earlier with, like, the radio is never going to play these songs anyway. But the people that listen to it enjoy it, right? And then, oh god, I literally just forgot that line.
It's refreshing to ask for you. Say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
I guess there's two sides of it. Music is about the creative process, but ultimately people are going to gravitate to music that they resonate with. It's like the Sleep Token reaction I did. I'm not the biggest Sleep Token fan, but that album I really resonated with, and I've literally had that on repeat since I listened to it and reacted to it on the channel. So I'm not a musician, but I think I have a lot of friends that are musicians that really work hard to write songs lyrically that are authentic to what's going on in their lives and how they feel, because then it comes out, the creative process is a better song. But also it's relatable for someone. Your feelings aren't different. You are going to be relatable to someone, but that doesn't mean that they're any less true to you. God, am I getting too deep in this?
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose you. Die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
Whoa.
Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the
This is
snake
dark
you eat.
now.
I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips, so you see I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Oh, the dissonance. Oh, we're back. God, we just had a little like breakdown, I guess. That's okay.
Hi Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been
Okay, we're
taking
back.
some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rain.
Oh, we've got eye contact now.
I stand in an eye of the storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's a part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know...
Whoa. That's crazy. So is he talking about... Oh my god, I haven't had my microphone over here this whole time. So is he talking about his fans in this, that maybe people have reached out to him personally being like, your music genuinely saved my life? Fucking up that lyric. The voice you hear before you loosen the noose on the rope.
And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So care of the man I've become. When I sing from the top of my
that sounds so nice.
that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspired by me to be strong. And when I am gone, I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate different side.
The vibrato on that high note's so controlled. Oh.
When I was 17 years old,
Oh.
I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences.
There is no way this man's 27. You're joking. He looks incredible.
With autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis.
Oh.
As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare. But there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast.
Wait.
It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Whoa. That was like... That's just spoken word poetry. I feel like I didn't react to a song. That was crazy. Okay, let me get the genius up, because I don't want to misinterpret. I feel like this is a song I don't want to guess on, because you talked for a bit about autoimmune illness at the end. Okay, Ren wrote in the comments of this song's release video, it's very long, Up until I was 9 years old, I would intermittently hear a voice in my head that was not my own. The voice was distinctly different to mine and always negative. It would self-criticize or urge me to do things I knew to be morally wrong. So this is... I get that. I get that. The most peculiar thing about the voice is that it took no effort on my behalf to produce. My own thoughts always felt like there was a process that required effort to bring them to the forefront of my mind. This voice appeared as though it was spoken by another. The sentences felt predetermined, like they had already been constructed. I remember very vividly at 9 years old becoming very frustrated with the voice. I stood in my backyard, internally screaming at the voice to be silent again and again, and it did. In a flash there was silence, to the point where my head felt like an empty room. I wasn't used to the quiet, and that voice never returned. It almost felt lonely in my head. When I got older, I had intermittent bouts with auditory hallucinations where I would hear perfect symphonies, usually at night when drifting off to sleep. They were so clear that they sounded like they were emanating from a radio in the corner of my room. I knew they weren't there, but for some reason they never came with a feeling of fear. I also recall sitting on a bus at the age of 15 and hearing the sound of a crowded room with about 100 voices chattering away. I was the only person apart from the driver on the bus. These experiences were always very brief and few and far between. My last hallucination was during an intense bout of psychosis in 2015 and was my first visual hallucination. I was walking down a pavement after jumping out my mum's car in a crossroads in a moment of frustration and distress with my condition. I was trying to run from myself. What appeared to be a homeless man with a dark complexion approached me and asked me what was wrong. I explained that I had been sick most of my life and I wasn't sure I had the strength to continue. He looked at me and smiled and told me everything is going to be okay in the end, Ren. I had not told him my name. There was something so overpoweringly sincere about this very simple message, which brought with it an overwhelming feeling of inner peace. And in a flash, he vanished. My rational brain always linked these experiences to what doctors have told me, that there are parts of my brain compromised by an autoimmunity in my body, that the myelin sheaths surrounding the complex electrical system that conduct my thoughts were damaged and compromised, causing these lucid experiences that I knew did not exist inside the physical world. The part of me that edges away from the logical and rational thought always attributed these thoughts to some kind of otherworldly intervention that made my thoughts the battleground of some spiritual tug of war. For a long time I never really acknowledged this part of myself, for with it brought the danger and stigma of sounding like a crazy person. I decided with my latest release, to the best of my ability, to capture and express this chess match of thought. Whoa. From what I can tell, I don't know what he's ill with. Oh, Lyme disease. And just generally autoimmune conditions, okay. Meant his early promising music career collapsed and he spent many years effectively confined to his sick bed. Fuck, that sucks. I feel like I'm going to have to re-listen to it with that in mind. Okay, I get why people like this. I think if this is something you relate to, this has got to be the truest thing you hear in your life. I don't have a lot of experiences with what he's talking about in this song, but lyrically there's just so much to unpick. That was crazy. And now you're looking at it like you think that those doctors are really there to guide you. Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect at always being lied to. Oh my god. So it seems like in my like original reaction to that, I probably did misinterpret that a bit, and I do apologize. But now with the context and like reading through the lyrics, oh my god, like having a god complex because you may be told you don't have the longest lifespan, perhaps. Maybe that's not true, maybe it is. And then perhaps surviving that and then doing great things with your life and having a successful career as a musician. I wasn't expecting it to be just him and an acoustic guitar, but I think it really leaned into the kind of rawness of the general vibe of the song. I don't know if that's what all of his music is like. I'd be interested to check more out. If you can recommend me other ones, if you enjoyed this video. You can follow the Disloyal Order social media down in the description below, as well as my social media is also popped down there. Let me know what you want me to react to next, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!